Welcome to the Daily Vibecasting.
Woo! Let's do it.
Buckle up, folks. We've gone deep into the X feed today.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we've pulled out, 18 of the posts that are really buzzing right now.
19 Q ones. Yeah, it's a real mix today.
Totally. We're hitting AI, tech, global stuff, market trends, even some interesting productivity hacks.
It's going to be fast. We're aiming for insights, try and keep it balanced,
Absolutely. A real vibe check. So let's jump right into the AI madness. First up, at Ronchung, drop this.
Okay.
AI new W's. OpenAI just took a major U-turn, ditching its for-profit pivot and reaffirming the control of its founding nonprofit.
Wow. Okay, so back to the roots.
Seems like it. The original nonprofit's back in charge, and the for-profit arm, it's now a public benefit corporation, a PBC.
A PBC. That's significant. It means they're legally committed to, well, a public benefit, not just profit for shareholders.
So it's not just talk then.
Legally, no.
Yeah.
It signals maybe a shift back towards that original AI for good mission, especially with all the ethical debates happening. A recalibration.
Interesting. Okay. Next one. This is huge. At Forgebits posted. Just a picture, really celebrating.
What's the news?
They sold their V-Code fork Windsurf, which is Windsurf, used to be Codam.
Oh, Windsurf, right, the code editor.
Yeah. Sold it to OpenAI for, get this, $3 billion.
$3 billion for Windsurf. Wow.
Right? Just, wow. What does that even signal?
Well, it shows how incredibly valuable AI-powered developer tools are becoming. OpenAI must see something really special in Windsurf's tech for boosting coder efficiency.
Must be crucial for their plans then.
Absolutely. It's all part of this huge race to build or buy the best AI tools out there. $3 billion, though. That's a statement.
And Rowan Chung, again, he also flagged a few other quick AI hits.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
NVIDIA's got a new speech recognition model. Anthropic is offering API credits for AI in science research.
That's cool, supporting science.
And Unitree is partnering up to push humanoid AI forward. It just doesn't stop.
No, it's constant. NVIDIA in speech, Anthropic boosting research, Unitree with the robots. It's all like different fronts of the same AI wave. Each piece is pretty important.
Okay, sticking with AI but slightly different angle. At Ben Lang posted, they're joining the Cursor team.
Ah, Cursor, another AI code editor.
Exactly. Ben Lang joining them seems like a good place to be right now, doesn't it?
Definitely. It shows that people in the field, like Ben Lang, see huge potential in these AI native tools. They're betting on them changing how coding gets done.
Right. Now, this ties into some market analysis. This is fascinating. At DDD's from Menlo Ventures.
DD, yeah.
It's crunching some numbers. Listen to this. Windsurf sold for $3 billion on about $40 million ARR. That's a 75x multiple.
75 times. Insane.
Then Cursor, they raised at a $9 billion valuation with around $300 million AR. That's 30x.
Still huge, but yeah, less than half the Windsurf multiple.
And just for comparison, way back in 2018, GitHub sold for $7.5 billion on $300 million ARR. That was 25x.
So the multiples are definitely climbing, especially for AI-focused plays.
Exactly. And Didi asks, where's Google in all this? They've got Gemini 2.5 Pro. Why haven't they bought something big like this?
Good question.
He even sort of speculates, maybe Google will just buy Cursor.
Well, these numbers, they really show investor excitement, right? That 75x for Windsurf signals massive growth hopes, maybe strategic value, to OpenAI specifically.
Right.
Didi's point about Google is sharp. Are they going to build their own competitor or eventually buy one like Cursor? It shows the different strategies playing out, big pressure.
Totally fascinating. And hey, if you want to actually understand how this stuff works,
Yeah.
Adavich shared a link to a 70-minute Stanford masterclass on how GPT works.
Oh, nice. Who's teaching?
Audrey Karpathy.
Yeah.
He did a lecture focusing on vision transformers, VIT.
Oh, Karpathy. Okay, yeah, he's brilliant. That's going to be gold for anyone technically.
Definitely. Understanding how AI models see.
VITs are super important for image stuff. Great share by a dit.
Makes you wonder, though, like at the Kits posted, why hasn't OpenAI just built their own Cursor?
Right. Seems like a natural fit. Maybe focus? Perhaps they prefer building the core models, like GPT-4, and then, acquiring the best applications built on top, like they just did with Windsurf.
Could be.
Yeah.
Build versus buy again.
Yeah. Can't do everything in-house, I guess. Dilutes focus.
Okay, last one in this AI burst. At Vigi Eric just posted, I'm grokked in, along with the new Grok logo.
Grok from X.
Yep. And Grok, means really deeply understanding something. So, sounds like Eric's digging the latest from Elon's chatbot.
It's a small sign, but shows Grok is getting traction, at least within the tech bubble. Using that word Grok fits their whole understanding vibe.
Okay, let's switch gears. Health and productivity. We can all use tips here,
Hey,
right?
Tevit, what's trending?
At Lavelcio is questioning that old drink 2 liters of water a day rule.
Oh, yeah. I've always wondered about that.
Their point is, look, you get water from food too. And everyone's needs are different. Depends on your diet, how active you are, the climate.
Makes total sense. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing. Good reminder to listen to your body, not just some arbitrary number.
Totally. And then there's this productivity tip from @JohnRushX. It's unconventional.
Oh, do tell.
Okay, so apparently they juggle multiple startups, and their ultra productivity hack is avoiding hard tasks.
Wait, what? Avoid them?
Yeah, like if there's a complex report due, maybe just hop on some easy online calls instead. Choose the path of least resistance to keep momentum.
Huh. That's different. So it's about output volume over tackling the big, scary thing.
Kinda seems like it. Keep the wheels turning, even if it's on easier stuff. Interesting take.
Definitely interesting. Not the usual advice.
And speaking of optimizing,
Yeah.
at Brian Johnson, the blueprint guy,
Ah, yes. Mr. Longevity.
he listed 6 habits that he says wreck your sleep. Pretty straightforward stuff, actually.
Okay, let's hear him. Maybe I'm guilty.
All right. Eating too late, no wind-down routine before bed, stimulants like caffeine late in the day,
Check, check, maybe check.
not managing evening light exposure, too much blue light, wrong bedroom temperature, usually too warm, and not controlling noise.
Yeah, those are all pretty solid points. Basic sleep hygiene, really. But Brian Johnson listing them out is a good checklist for anyone wanting better sleep.
Definitely. Worth reviewing your own habits.
Sure.
All right, let's jump into the startup world. Some advice and news here.
Okay.
First, at Chamath. He's always direct.
Ah, understatement.
He posted that the key to getting wealthy and staying wealthy is simple. You have to be willing to change your mind.
Makes sense.
Because, he says, most initial ideas just aren't that good. So you got to be flexible, not stubborn.
That's classic startup wisdom, isn't it? Intellectual humility. Pivot when the data tells you to. Chamath really hammers that home.
He does. Okay, quick announcement for founders listening. @Combinator tweeted a reminder.
YC deadline time.
Yep. Application deadline for the summer batch is May 13th. They're looking for people building, world-changing companies.
The big leagues. If you're an early stage founder with a huge vision, YC is definitely a major goal. Good luck to everyone applying.
Absolutely. Now, here's a slightly more philosophical one about startups and learning.
Ooh.
At Arav Srinivas, he's the CEO of Perplexity AI.
Right, perplexity.
He suggested that AI, like Perplexity or ChatGPT, can basically act as a PhD advisor now.
Whoa, hold on. Replace a PhD advisor.
Well, he argues that kind of research guidance isn't just for elite universities anymore. AI can provide it. What do you think about that?
I mean, AI is an amazing research tool, no doubt. Access to info, suggesting ideas, fantastic. But replacing a human advisor.
Yeah.
The mentorship, the really critical feedback, pushing you to think independently in new ways. I don't think AI is there yet. Augment, yes. Replace, probably not soon. It's more nuanced.
Good point. Okay, related to YC again, at Paul Graham.
Kedgy legend.
He made an interesting point. He said, sure, the YC brand pulls in tons of applicants,
Yeah.
but the real value, the magic,
What is it?
it's the people it brings together. All these super ambitious and, importantly, optimistic founders in one place. That concentration is the key.
Ah, the network effect, the community. Yeah, that's huge. Being around other driven people, especially optimistic ones, it's incredibly motivating. PG is spot on there. It's often overlooked.
Totally. Okay, final segment. Quick updates on global events making waves on X.
Let's do it.
First, at SpaceX, another launch. Falcon 9 sent up 28 more Starlink satellites from Florida.
More internet from space. They're really building out that constellation quickly. Good for global connectivity.
Yep. Then, this is pretty serious news. At Ask Perplexity reported it.
Okay.
India apparently conducted a military operation inside Pakistan. Codename Operation Sindoor.
Wow. When?
Happened at 1:44 a.m. local time, targeting terrorist infrastructure they linked to a recent attack.
Okay, that's a significant development between those two countries. Definitely something to watch.
For sure. On the economic side, at Watcher Guru confirms plans are moving forward for trade talks between China and the U.S.
The U.S.-China trade talks. Always a big deal for the global economy. Markets will be watching that very closely.
Absolutely. Affects everything from supply chains to prices. And finally, well, it wouldn't be a day on X without Elon Musk weighing in strongly on something.
What is it today?
He responded to a thread discussing the nonprofit sector, NGOs, and taxpayer money, specifically mentioning $300 billion flowing through them.
Okay. And his take.
He just called it the biggest scam ever.
Oof. Okay. No holding back there.
Never.
Well, that definitely touches on a complex and often debated topic, the effectiveness and accountability of NGOs and how public money is used. Musk certainly knows how to stir the pot.
He certainly does. And that, folks, is our daily vibecasting for today.
Wow, we covered a lot.
Fast. We zipped through 18 posts, AI shifts, huge valuations, health tips, startup advice, global headlines.
Hope you got some useful nuggets out of that whirlwind.
Yeah, hopefully you're leaving with some fresh thoughts, maybe something sparked your interest to dig into more.
Explore those rabbit holes.
Exactly. We'll catch you next time for another deep dive into what's buzzing in the digital world.